As the day winds down, it's time to invite peace into our hearts, minds, and spirits. In the quiet moments before sleep, we have a special opportunity to connect with God and find rest in His presence. The worries and stress of the day can often linger in our hearts, but now is the time to let go and surrender all burdens. This is a sacred moment for you to experience God's love, protection, and peace in a deep and personal way. The Bible tells us that God's word is alive and powerful, a true source of comfort and guidance. As we prepare for bed tonight, we turn to the scriptures, specifically the Psalms, which are full of promises about God's protection, peace, and provision. These prayers from the Psalms are not just words on a page. They are invitations to experience God's power and presence in our lives. By reading and meditating on these verses, we allow God's Spirit to fill us with peace, rest, and grace. Tonight, let these prayers soothe your soul. Allow the words of the Psalms to wrap around you like a blanket of comfort. Let them help you. Leave behind the stress and chaos of the day and step into the restful embrace of God. You don't need to worry about tomorrow or carry any burdens into your dreams. God is already ahead of you, watching over you, and His promises are true. As you listen to these words, open your heart and trust that God is with you, bringing you rest. Psalm 4:8 is a beautiful reminder that we don't need to worry when we lay down to sleep because God has promised to give us peace. The verse says, "I will lie down and sleep in peace, for you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." These words speak directly to the very heart of our concerns. Many of us struggle with fear or anxiety as we try to sleep, whether it's fear of the unknown, stress from the day, or worries about the future. It's easy for our minds to race when we're supposed to be resting. But this verse from Psalm 4 reminds us that when we lay our heads down at night, we are not alone. God is with us, providing safety and peace. This promise assures us that we can sleep without fear because God is in control. He is the one who holds our lives in His hands, and He has promised to protect us from all harm. When we rest in Him, we can trust that He is watching over us, guarding us from anything that could threaten our peace. The power of this promise is in the simplicity and strength of God's protection. You do not have to fight to find peace. You do not need to make sure everything is in perfect order before you can rest. God has already secured your peace. He is the one who makes your dwelling safe. The only thing required of you is to trust Him and let go of your worries. Allow His peace to fill you completely, knowing that He is taking care of everything, even while you sleep. When you close your eyes tonight, take a deep breath and remind yourself of this promise from Psalm 4:8. Let it sink deeply into your heart. God is with you. He has given you the gift of peaceful sleep. His protection surrounds you. In this moment, you are safe, loved, and at rest in Him. Psalm 23 is one of the most well-known and loved passages in the Bible. It speaks of God as our shepherd, guiding and protecting us with love and care. As we read Psalm 23, we are reminded that we are never alone. God is with us, leading us through every season of life, whether we are walking through green pastures or facing difficult valleys. The psalm begins with the words, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing." These first few words are incredibly powerful. God, as our shepherd, knows exactly what we need and provides for us in every situation. He doesn't just guide us, but He ensures that we lack nothing. Everything we need for our spiritual, emotional, and physical well-being is found in Him. As you prepare for sleep tonight, remember that God is your shepherd. He has already provided everything you need, and you can rest easy, knowing He is watching over you. Psalm 23 continues by describing how God leads us to quiet waters and refreshes our souls. In the same way, God wants to refresh you tonight. Sleep is a gift, a time for your body and spirit to rest and recharge. Just as a shepherd leads his sheep to still waters to drink and refresh themselves, God invites you to drink deeply from his peace and rest. In his care, you can find true renewal and restoration. The psalm also speaks of God guiding us in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. When we follow God's lead, he takes us down the path that is best for us, one that leads to peace, joy, and fulfillment. Even when life is challenging, we can trust that he is guiding us toward what is good for us. This is especially important as you lay down to sleep. Even if you're facing uncertainties, trust that God knows where he is, taking you, and his plan is always good. Finally, Psalm 23 speaks about walking through the valley of the shadow of death. This is often interpreted as a metaphor for times of difficulty, fear, or uncertainty. Even in those moments when we are facing darkness or struggle, we can take comfort in the fact that God is with us. He will never leave us or forsake us. His rod and staff are there to comfort us, guiding and protecting us through even the hardest times. As you lay your head down tonight, let these words from Psalm 23 fill your heart with peace. Trust that God, your shepherd, is with you. He is leading you to rest, guiding you with his love and care. No matter what challenges you may face, you are safe in his arms. You can rest tonight knowing that he is with you, comforting you, and ensuring that you will wake up renewed and refreshed. Psalm 91 is a powerful declaration of God's protection over his people. It speaks to the safety and security we find when we trust in God, resting under his wings. The verses begin with a beautiful promise. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. This promise reassures us that when we choose to rest in God's presence, we are shielded from harm. We are hidden under the shadow of his protection. As you prepare for bed, it's comforting to know that you are resting under the shelter of the Most High. There is no place safer than in God's presence. Just as a mother bird gathers her chicks under her wings to protect them from danger, God invites you to rest under his wings, secure and safe from any harm. No matter what fears or worries you may have, God promises to be your refuge, a safe place where you can rest peacefully. The idea of taking refuge in God is not just a metaphor. It is a real spiritual truth. God is our fortress, a place of protection and strength. When we face the difficulties of life, it is easy to feel vulnerable, but Psalm 91 reassures us that God is our stronghold, guarding us from all dangers. Tonight, as you lie down to sleep, know that God is standing guard over you, protecting you from all threats, seen and unseen. By placing your trust in God, you are claiming his promise of protection. You don't need to fear what may come during the night, whether it's the unknown or the uncertainties of tomorrow. With God as your refuge, you can rest in peace, knowing that his wings are spread over you, providing the protection and safety you need. No matter the circumstances around you, God's presence will shelter you, and his peace will guard your heart. Psalm 121 brings great comfort, especially when we consider how easily our minds can become restless as we try to sleep. The verses remind us of the constant, unwavering care God provides. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. These verses remind us that while we sleep, God never does. He is always awake, always watching, and always ready to protect and guide us. There is no need to worry about what happens when we close our eyes, because God is always alert, always aware, and always there. This is a beautiful truth to carry. With you into the night, God is fully attentive to you even while you sleep. When you rest your head on your pillow, you can feel safe knowing that God is awake, watching over you with care. He doesn't need to sleep. and his attention to your needs is never interrupted. His vigilance over you is constant, and his care is never delayed. You can trust that he is with you through every moment, ensuring that you are safe and secure. Unlike humans who need rest, God never grows tired or weary. His attention to you is uninterrupted, and his strength is endless. As you lay down to sleep tonight, let this thought bring you peace. God is always watching over you. While your body may rest, his watchful eyes never leave you. You can let go of all anxiety and worries, knowing that the Creator of the universe is fully aware of your every need. This truth also encourages us to sleep without fear. In a world full of uncertainties, knowing that God never sleeps can be a profound comfort. We do not have to stay up worrying or trying to solve every problem. Instead, we can rest assured that God is already working on our behalf, even as we sleep. There is nothing that can slip through his notice. When you trust in God's unceasing care, you can fully rest and allow him to carry your burdens. Psalm 16:7-8 speaks of the comfort and peace that come from knowing God is always with us. I will praise the Lord, who counsels me. Even at night my heart instructs me. I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him at my right hand, I will not be shaken. These verses speak of God's presence as a constant source of guidance and comfort, even in the stillness of the night. As you lie down to sleep, you can rest knowing that God is not only near you, but also offering his counsel and instruction even as you rest. The words, "Even at night my heart instructs me," are powerful. While the world sleeps, God's presence continues to speak to our hearts. Sometimes the stillness of the night is when God can bring clarity, guidance, or comfort that we may not notice during the busyness of the day. As you close your eyes tonight, allow yourself to be open to God's gentle voice. He may bring peace, assurance, or new perspectives into your heart as you rest. When we keep our eyes on the Lord, he promises that we will not be shaken. This doesn't mean we won't face challenges or difficulties, but it means that God's peace will be a firm foundation that helps us stand strong no matter what comes. Even as you sleep, God is keeping you grounded in his presence, offering you a peace that nothing in this world can take away. Tonight, you don't have to worry about what tomorrow will bring. With God at your right hand, you can rest peacefully, knowing he is guiding you, protecting you, and providing everything you need. As you rest, let these words from Psalm 16 comfort you. God is with you, and you will not be shaken. His peace will surround you and fill you with a sense of calm, allowing you to sleep without fear, knowing that his presence will guide you through every moment of the night. Psalm 34:7 says, "The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them." This powerful verse offers great comfort when we think about the fears that often creep in at night. The quiet darkness of the evening can sometimes bring a sense of unease or anxiety, whether it's fear of the unknown, worries about the future, or just the overwhelming pressure of life. Fear can often disrupt our rest. But God promises to surround his people with his protection, and he sends his angels to watch over us. Imagine this beautiful picture. While you sleep, God's angels are encamped around you, guarding you from harm. This divine protection is not limited by time or space. Even in the night, when our guards are down and we are most vulnerable, God's angels stand watch, ensuring that no harm can come near us. As you close your eyes tonight, know that you are not alone. You are surrounded by the heavenly protection that God has provided for you. His angels are keeping watch over you, ensuring your safety and peace. This promise offers more than just protection from physical harm. It also speaks to the emotional and spiritual security God provides. When fear arises in your heart, remember that the angel of the Lord is there to deliver you from that fear. You do not have to face your worries alone. God has already sent his angels to protect you, to deliver you from anxiety, and to help you Rest in his peace. Tonight, as you lie down to sleep, let go of all your fears. Trust in the divine protection that surrounds you and rest peacefully in the knowledge that you are safe in God's care. Psalm 23:5 beautifully captures God's provision and peace even in difficult times. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. This verse is a powerful reminder that even in the midst of life's challenges, God provides for his children. He does not just give us the bare minimum. He prepares a table of abundance, a place of rest and provision, even when we face opposition or hardship. As you settle down for sleep tonight, remember that God has already prepared a place of peace and abundance for you. Even when you feel surrounded by challenges or enemies, whether they are people, circumstances, or personal struggles, God is offering you rest and nourishment. He prepares a table for you in the midst of the storm, a place where you can find comfort and strength in his presence. No matter what trials you may face, God's provision is greater. When we embrace this truth, we understand that God's peace is not dependent on our external circumstances. We don't need everything to be perfect in order to find rest. God, in his love and provision, prepares a place for us where we can experience his peace no matter the challenges around us. Your cup is not just filled, it overflows. This overflow represents the abundance and grace that God lavishes on his children. You are invited to sit at his table and experience his goodness, even in the face of life's difficulties. As you prepare for sleep, let this truth comfort you. God has already provided everything you need. Even when you feel surrounded by trouble, you can rest in his abundance and trust that he has prepared a place for you. Take a moment to reflect on all the blessings he has already given you and know that his peace will guard you as you sleep. Psalm 139:23-24 says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." These verses provide an invitation to examine our hearts and minds before we rest. Before we fall asleep, we can come before God, asking him to search our hearts and remove any anxiety, worry, or negative thoughts that might disturb our peace. As you prepare for bed tonight, take a moment to invite God into your heart and ask him to search you. Allow him to reveal any areas where fear or unrest might be lingering. Sometimes, before we can truly rest, we need to let go of the anxieties and worries that have built up throughout the day. When we ask God to examine our hearts, we allow him to bring healing and peace to the places within us that need it most. God knows our hearts better than we do, and he understands the struggles and fears that we carry. By inviting him to search us, we are acknowledging that he is the one who can bring us true peace. As you lie down tonight, trust that God will help you release any negative thoughts or burdens. He will lead you in the way of peace, guiding you to rest in his presence and trust in his care. Take a moment to pray this simple prayer before you close your eyes. Lord, search my heart and calm my anxious thoughts. Help me to let go of any worries and find rest in your peace. Lead me in your ways and fill me with your calming presence as I sleep. Allow his peace to settle over you and rest in the assurance that he is with you every step of the way. As you prepare for sleep tonight, take a moment to reflect on the incredible promises from the Psalms that have been shared. God has given us his word as a guide and a source of comfort, especially in times when we need peace. Through the Psalms, we've seen that God offers protection, rest, and peace that surpasses understanding. Whether we are facing fear, anxiety, or challenges, we can trust that God is watching over us, providing us with everything we need for a peaceful night's rest. Remember that when you sleep, God is still at work, ensuring your safety, your peace, and your protection. His angels are surrounding you, His love is comforting you, and His promises are true. There is no need to carry the burdens of the day into the night. God has already promised to take care of everything, and He will keep His promises. Tonight, as you lay your head down to rest, let go of any worries or fears. Trust that God has everything in His hands. His peace is yours to claim, and His protection is your shield. Sleep well, knowing that you are loved, protected, and cared for by a God who never sleeps and who is always with you. Rest in His presence and let His peace guard your heart and mind, now and always.